Welcome back to another episode of the Sincerely Ours podcast. I am your host, Zishan. Thank you for joining us this week again. We're back at the studio. Audio sounds a lot better now. I know there's been a few critiques from people that have been watching this. Don't worry, I listen to the critiques and I always strive to make sure that we can do the best thing we can here. So yeah, we're back. This week on this episode, I have a very special guest. A colleague of mine and someone I consider a friend too. We have Costa. Costa, welcome to the episode.
Thank you, Z, and hello, guys. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here.
I'm very excited to have you.
Thank you for the invitation. I always wanted,
Yeah?
to come, and you gave me the chance. So I think it's going to be a good one.
Yes.
We've got so many things prepared for this one.
Absolutely.
Today. So stay focused and
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Before we continue, please, I never say this, but I will start saying it from now. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't. And leave a comment. I like comments. It's great engagement with us and whoever's watching the video.
They can ask about the next video's content, what they want us to talk about.
Absolutely.
Or if they don't like something.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So before we do anything, I just need you to be a little bit closer to the microphone, actually.
Okay, of course. Yeah. Okay.
I'll start off by this. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things to talk about in this. At this point of our life, crazy times around us. So thank you very much once again. And I will try my best to cover everything.
Yeah.
And to answer to a lot of questions by our friends, people, fans, and the world.
Yeah. Well, let's start off like this, right? In conversations we've always had, one thing that I see that you, a consistent topic that you feel like we should cover, and I really want to cover is, you like to talk about life a lot.
Yes, exactly.
What is it about life that makes you so passionate? And what areas of life are you that passionate about that we could talk about today?
Let's say that we come from different backgrounds.
Absolutely.
But we got so many things in common.
Yeah.
Okay. We both come from, let's say a poor background.
Mm-hmm.
But life sometimes can bring people together and, we can solve problems together.
Yep.
One of the things that I wanted always to talk is about racism.
Okay.
Racism played a big part of my life.
Right.
And changed me as a human.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I want. This is what I want to talk today.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay. So racism has played a massive part in your life.
Yes, exactly.
You have gone through experiences you feel like that have shaped you to become who you are today.
Yeah.
Me and you both, and many of us have gone through situations where racism exists, and of course it shapes us. So what would you like to divulge? Do you have any stories? Tell me something.
Exactly. So, I come from a very poor country.
Right. And for those that don't know,
Yeah.
which country?
Albania.
Right.
So I was born in a country that was controlled by communism.
Right.
35 some years ago.
Yeah.
And my parents, they decided to move out from Albania.
Right.
To provide a better life for me and my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So we left, went to Greece.
Right.
It's so common. It's a common thing between Albanians. And my new life in Greece, offered me many, many new chances, but I had to fight a lot.
Right.
To prove who I am. And I have to go through a lot of problems and issues, and one of them was racism.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I'm white, because they are white as well. We have the same religion like them. And I'm a Christian, and them as well. But some people, they will never accept you because you are different than them.
Yeah. In what sense?
In sense of being poor. Back to the 90s, more Greek people, they were like at a better financial, situation than most of the Albanians. So, I remember my first experience of meeting Greek people was was good. But then I realized that I was like an alien to them, because they said, "Oh, look at this guy. He's an Albanian. He's a mafia guy. Yeah, he's killing people. He's." But then it took me a lot of years to prove who I am.
Yeah.
And look what's going on today.
Yeah.
We're in UK, me and you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but personally, I've got a question like you. Okay, so were you born in UK or just? Oh, okay.
So I was born and raised
In UK, right?
in the UK.
Did you feel like you had any bad experiences?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. And some of the experiences I have shared on this podcast too. Experiences with racism is a thing where it's probably going to be non-stop.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, regardless of your age, regardless of how many experiences you've gone through, it's always going to be something you experience. So I could walk out of this room today and experience it later today, tomorrow, month, year, however long time. But I have definitely faced a lot of situations where racism has played a part, and yeah, it's played a massive part in who I am today. So much to the point where sometimes I've had situations where it's made me, kind of hate my skin color.
So you mean that your skin color was the main reason?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it was not the skin color, obviously.
Right.
Because we were both like white people in a white country.
Yeah.
But it was something else. It was the nationality.
Right.
Because Albanians are known to the world as mafia bosses,
right,
killers, murderers, but not everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but there's so many things to say. In every part of my life, like starting from, I don't know, like let's say primary school or high school, I've always had the same problems. I was not acceptable. I was never allowed to say my opinion. And even after that, even when I used to job seeking, I always had problems. They used to employ Greek people, other people, but not Albanians.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you're Albanian. You're someone else. You're not the same like us.
Yeah.
But when I left Greece, I changed. I changed everything. This country here changed me as a human being, because here I feel accepted. Yes, I feel included.
Mm-hmm.
Here, diversity is huge, and this is why me and you were friends.
Yeah.
Right. So, if you'd like, I would like to share a personal.
Please. Please bring this slightly closer to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I must say, yeah.
So,
yeah, perfect.
Please, okay.
Yeah. Please share whatever you feel comfortable sharing here today.
So, okay, this is very personal, but
okay,
I know my wife won't like it.
Yeah.
But I will say it out loud. So, my first girlfriend in Greece. So, I was very shy, and I didn't want to tell her that I'm not Greek.
Right.
And, because I didn't want her to feel bad or just leave me, okay? So, after a couple times, after, the first dates and everything else, we had a good time together. We fell in love, and then she wanted to come and meet my parents, but I didn't want that.
Yeah.
She wanted to meet my friends, but most of my friends were Albanians.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, I didn't have any other choice. So I took her to my friends, and then she realized I was Albanian. And she said, "You know what? Yeah, I don't want to be with you anymore." So why? Because you're Albanian. You're not Greek. And I know from history that you guys don't like us.
Right.
I was like, I like you. No. And this was devastating. I felt so bad. This was the first moment that I felt so bad that I wanted to leave the country straight away.
Yeah.
Can you believe this? See, this was crazy and still hurts me inside.
Of course, I can imagine.
Yeah, so many times I had to hide my identity.
Yeah.
And this was always, after that one, another one, and another one, another one. And this made me to leave that country. Of course, I love Greece.
Yeah.
I feel like 50% Greek inside of me because,
Right.
you know, I grew up there.
Mhm.
Everything is Greek in me. My first language is Greek.
Yeah.
I can express in Greek like only in Greek I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, what can you do? Life is like this.
Yeah, it is.
You move on. But you know, if you want yourself, you can add the story of your life. Because I don't think I'm the only one, right, that have
Oh,
these kind of experiences.
of course. Of course.
And you know, my stories can prove that color is not the only reason.
Yeah.
Or religion.
Or religion.
No, I think it's something else. I think it's hate. I think it's negativity inside of people that make them.
Yeah.
But you know what, see? These made us stronger.
Yeah.
And look what we're doing now.
Of course.
We do so many things. We got so many skills. And these people, they still talk about racism back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, coming to the UK, for example,
Yeah.
as you said, these are experiences that you went through, right?
Mhm.
So at some point you got used to it and it shaped you to become who you are. Did you see any change coming to the UK? Did you see like, oh, you know, maybe this is just somewhere that happens in one part of the world, and when you come here, you realize it's very different? Or do you still have that same feeling even though you are here?
Yeah. So, you know, Greece is a white country.
Yeah.
So when I left Greece, I went to the US. Okay, first. So I met so many, let's say, black people or
Yeah.
Latinos. I didn't have that opportunity before. So when I met them, I was like, wow, I want to see how they, you know, I always wanted to like, to know more details and about people. Always I wanted to like dive deep and to see things. So their culture was different. But because I was, you know, myself, I was put in that place, you know, back to Greece. I felt I was close to those guys. you
Yeah.
know. And I think the US first and then the UK now changed me. Now I accept everyone. Because at what point in my life I didn't want to accept other people. Because life made me like this. It was
Yeah.
a couple people that, you know, yes. But then I will say it now. I had a black girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like 7 years ago.
Right.
And it was a great experience,
Mhm.
actually. And that changed me forever.
Yeah.
I can say I learned about the culture, you know, all the jollof rice,
Right.
all these, you know, African traditions and the food. And it's not so much different that people, you know, people want to say that, oh, come on, black people are different. And no, I don't think so. I think is depends on individuals
Yeah.
and characteristics, I think. So what do you think yourself? I mean, do you think that like white people or black people are different or
Look,
the
man,
same?
there's so much things that is covered in the media to kind of shape and paint an image on how a certain demographic is. I think people should just be based on their individual characteristics. I don't think color plays a part in all of that. I don't think anything exterior should be judged. I think it should just purely be based off of how one person just is.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of what you're saying, you know, there's always going to be people that have that sentiment. There's always going to be people that have that feeling. And I'm glad that the younger kids, for example, are doing what they can to kind of change that. But that's always going to exist.
Yes.
It's always going to exist, and it's tough. It's tough. I've been through many situations where, again, it made me question my own skin color, which is crazy. How can you question yourself? I was questioning my I've been there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's terrible. It's a terrible feeling, but it builds character. It builds characteristics. It builds strength.
Yes.
So that all that ends up happening is you learn from these situations.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the next situations or however you move in life, you just have more knowledge on how to be. But yeah, I judge people based off their individuality.
Yeah. Do you know what I saw myself? Before, I've never, you know, wanted to see that. But then, when I left Greece, I saw so many things people from Africa, they can be the fastest runners.
Mm-hmm.
The fastest runners on short, like, let's say 100 meters, but they can be the fastest at long distances.
Yeah.
You can fight people in Africa that are the smartest people in the world.
Yeah.
And you can fight people that are, the lowest
That
IQ, right?
Yeah.
So I think Africa as a let's say as a continent has not reached the fullest like capacity or potential. I think you can do so many things.
Yeah.
But still all this whitish countries, they still exploit and use.
We're seeing it. We see it now.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about slavery now. It's different. Okay, it's something else.
Yeah.
But depends on what point of view you're looking at things. Personally, I respect everyone because everything starts from within. There's nothing that comes, from the passport that you bear or I don't know the color of your skin. Yes, I learned to accept and respect everyone. So now, if you want, I can add another story.
Please.
In UK about job opportunities. So when I came here, like 6 years ago, I had some good qualifications from before, and I wanted to apply, to many different jobs.
Yeah.
And every time after my 70th try, I realized that I couldn't make it. So on my last try, I went back to the secretary and I asked her, why you don't pick me? Why you didn't pick me? What is going on? And she told me, like, I couldn't believe it. She told me, because you're not British. And
really?
You don't have, yes, exactly. And because you don't have any qualifications, British ones from British University. Like,
okay.
Yes. There was another shock. So this made me go back to school once again to obtain another degree. And what can you do? Life is like this. But I'm not saying, I don't want, to criticize everyone or to include everyone to a, to a category that everyone is the same.
Yeah.
I've met so many good British people.
Mm-hmm.
So now, can we say who is a British people? No, we cannot say because they're white, black,
My
you're
color.
British now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say, but I feel closer with with not the white British people, but other nationalities.
Yeah.
People like you,
Mm-hmm.
who your parents come from different background, but you were born and you were
Born and raised here.
So I don't know why. I feel more respect for these people. I don't know why. Maybe because myself I'm like this.
Yeah.
Yes. So of course, you cannot describe the situation that your parents, their life in.
Of course, I know they went through whatever they went through too.
But my parents were very poor. Imagine, guys, nobody knows this. If you don't know it, in Albania, 2023, people make £3 an hour. This is
today?
Crazy. Yes.
£3 an hour?
£3 an hour.
And £3...
let's say, no, do you want me to... Okay, let me correct that.
Mm-hmm.
£3 a day.
A day?
Yes.
So with this £3 a day, what does it allow you to do? What can £3
You can buy a small piece of cheese, feta cheese. That's it.
That's it.
Yes. Can you imagine this? In 2023, yes, European country like Albania, people make £3 to £4 a day. And you can go online, you can Google yourself, and you can see what is going on. This is why people, Albanians, they leave their country and they come here for a better life for their kids, for their families. But still, people think, okay, they're murderers and killers. Who would like to stay and live with £3 a day? What can you do with £3 a day?
Nothing.
No one. Nothing. And there's no jobs, nothing. And if you're lucky to get a job, you will get £5 a day? What? In 2023?
That's ridiculous.
There's no way. So, this is a big problem. What can you say? This conversation can go forever,
Of course.
But I wanted to add something else at this conversation. It was a person that changed me as a person. It was a person that was an Indian, my teacher. His name is Rajendra. I hope he will see, he will watch this podcast. And in the end, I would like to thank him, because he changed whatever thoughts I had before. He advised me to change my thoughts about everyone, to accept everyone. Because in the end, you can win, you can earn things from everyone in this life, even from the craziest one.
Of course.
Because in Greece we say you can learn the truth from the craziest people around the world. Yes. So I'd like to thank him once again. And guys, he's one of the best people I've ever met. He's a doctor, and he changed the lives of many, many students. And most of those guys, they are successful YouTubers today. Can you believe this?
Wow.
Yes. And most of the guys that they had their masters, at the university that he teaches, they managed to become senior managers. And this is amazing. I think people can change other people's lives.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you think yourself?
I think the world is so big. Not one person knows everything. You need each other to gain education, to gain experience, to gain all these things. 1000% one can change another. We are too limited to think we know it all.
Yeah, exactly. And I think myself, through all these problems and issues and difficult situation we both had, this made us stronger, I think, and it will raise us even higher, because everybody can do it.
Yeah,
everybody. Some people say, no, if you're black or if you're Albanian or if you are what I want to say. So they think, oh, guys, come on, it's impossible. You will never make it. No, there are people. The biggest comedians, they're black. The biggest actors, Hollywood, they're black.
The musicians,
runners, sports people.
Of course.
Come on. And imagine black people or other Latinos, all of these people in the world, their percentage is like 20%.
Yeah.
But still, they made it.
But they're very dominative in these fields. Absolutely.
You see? Yes. So now what I'd love to express my my feelings about a black person that is not around us anymore. Malcolm X.
Right.
Malcolm X is one of the people I always admired, because he was the revolution of his times.
Yeah.
Of those times. Okay, people will say Martin Luther, he was like Luther King. Look, he was the man that changed. No, I think Malcolm X, he was the guy that changed everything, and he will always be inside my heart. My favorite actors, Morgan Freeman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, his voice is
it's incredible. Right? Yeah, it's great.
Yes. So Kevin Hart, come on, look, now 2023, who are the best actors in Hollywood?